everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my third video and I'm still excited about it and still don't believe that I actually have a YouTube channel, some platform where I share my thoughts and my skills. So it's really amazing to me and still at this point. Today's reading is going to be a little bit more serious than the previous ones. I know people most enjoy videos about some positive changes, future partners, something very, light and entertaining. But today I felt like making a video about things that actually hinder our progress. That's how I would call it. We all have, productive and unproductive qualities in us, and some scenarios and patterns that either make it easier for us to move forward or vice versa. And it's completely fine, but it is just a bit difficult to accept all those things about yourself. Which I also find very difficult at times because you don't want to know that you possess some behavioral pattern that you didn't like in other people. Your psychic always want to protect you from this kind of discoveries. But once you discover it, once you accept it, it makes it easier for you to move on because you kind of let this pattern go. And not fight with it and deny that it actually is a part of you. So I'm gonna start the reading. Please pick a pile, make a pause if you need, and also if you are like super sensitive and it's hard for you to accept something about yourself, and you get very like start to blaming yourself and everything, so I wouldn't recommend you to watch it because yeah, I don't want to spoil your mood, guys. But for some people it will be helpful. I know it was helpful for me at some point of my life, and it's still helping me because it really helps you to progress. Once you accept something that you don't like in yourself and in other people. So yes, I hope you already choose your pile. So let's start with the first one. Let's see what kind of pattern you have, that maybe you are aware of it or you are not aware of it, and it's like secretly ruling your life. Let's see. Tragedy. Okay. Well, tragedy. Tragedy always means that we tend to see the world in dark colors. So instead of seeing that all the situations and people that we are facing are like neutral, and we can, there is always something bad and something good about the situation, but the fact is neutral. It's neither good or bad. So in this case, a person would assume the worst about the situation, and which we all sometimes do at some point of our life. Honestly, sometimes it's very hard not to, dramatize things and think that this is the end of the world. Somebody, wrote a nasty comment about us, and we like start thinking like, oh my God, I'm so, bad at this, why I'm even doing it, why I'm wasting my time on it if like I'm so bad at it. So it's kind of this kind of thoughts that you may have when you have this pattern. This is kind of behavior when you subconsciously choose a victim position. Again, please understand, it's neither good or bad. It's just something that is not helping you in your life, and maybe particularly at this moment if you are like watching this video. Because in victim position, we tend to think that bad things are happening to us and we cannot do anything, you know. And it is in this kind of like, in the worst case scenario, when something neutral, it always neutral, but if something like, you know, you walk in the street and you just tripped, you know, you didn't fall, nothing, but you just tripped, and you like feel that the universe is punishing you for something, and that you are so unlucky, and why everyone is so mean to you, why this, you know, stone that you tripped upon is so mean to you, you know, on this very special day maybe that you planned for yourself, that you were such a good mood, and now something spoiled your mood, you know. This is the point where we give control of our life to somebody else or to some situations. And this is usually a kind of victim position. And it's you know, it's usually runs very subconsciously, and is, you know, goes into the roots. I would say it's usually from the early childhood, like in the surroundings we were in the family we were growing up, like what kind of, maybe try think about it, because here I feel like it's like a girl crying, and it means like it gives me the feeling that this may be a pattern that is like within your family. It started, you know, it first started, and it somebody in your life may have made you feel that you aren't capable of doing things. This is what I feel. And you, by the way, I want to say that you are perfectly capable of doing things, and you're perfectly capable of taking care of your own life, of achieving your goals, of just, you know, getting whatever you feel like you want in this life. You are capable. 100%. You have a, like, you wouldn't be here if you were not. It's a high potential. I feel like, you know, high potential that is behind this tragedy kind of scenario. Somebody at one point made you feel that you aren't in control of your life, that things are happening beyond your control, and made you feel weak, and then you kind of got this view of yourself that maybe other people know better than I do, and you know, the universe knows better for me, my spirit angels knows better for me, and you know, I don't know anything, so I'm just gonna sit and cry and let other people do stuff. And the truth is that yes, universe knows better at some point, because they have more view of us. Our spirit guides and our angels also know better. But the material world, the people that surround us, they don't know better ourselves than we are. You know, if somebody at one point made you feel that you aren't capable of doing something, and you became this, you know, person who thinks that other people know better for you, you just have to erase this, you know, like with the rubber. Erase this kind of this kind of program is not leading you towards your own goals and dreams. And instead, whenever you meet some kind of challenges, as we all meet in our life, this is what is life about growing and expansion, and sometimes through like challenging things. Whenever you meet this like small even challenges, you feel like you are weak, this is bigger than you, and somebody knows better, and this is somebody else's fault that this is happening with you. So this is the kind of feeling that you might get whenever you have like some little failures, some little, you know, misunderstanding with people, some like I don't know, fights or something. Like you get to dramatize things, and see them in, you know, more black color than they supposed to be, and it's not serving neither you, neither people that surrounds you, you know. And yes, this is what I feel like. You know, this girl, she's even sitting here with the hands covering her face. I don't know, it's you might not see it because it's a bit, there are lots of blinks, but yeah. And she's crying, but there is like a planet over here, and for me it's always let me show like this maybe. For me, this planet, for me, it always means that there is a whole world around us, and while we sit and cry and things and think that somebody is unfair to us, there is the whole world that is around us which we can discover and enjoy, but instead we're just covering our face and like get sucked into some drama that we initially have power and strength to change, you know, to just go through it, you know, not dramatize it. And it feels like, you know, you also may in this state feel like you are missing out on things. So this is what I get here. Let's see. Oh, strength, as I just said. So I feel like right now you might be going through some transformational process, and it involves getting from this kind of behavior into this one. You know, this, the girl here, she's crying and covering her face, and the girl over here is just calmly, you know, opening the lion's jar, if I understand it correctly. And you know, like instead of bitching yourself over some behavior, think blaming other people, instead of thinking that if one thing went wrong, that everything is gonna go wrong. Instead of this, it's just maybe better for you if you'll just, okay, this went wrong. I expected this result and this happened, and it might have happened like unexpectedly, and I was caught off guard. Okay, I accept it, and what can I do about it? And you know, just in a second, just by thinking like this, you immediately get into this kind of position, you know, when you are in power. So you analyze the situation, you didn't blame anyone, including yourself, you didn't dramatize it, you just, okay, it happened, and you just switch into this position where you are in control and you can change actually things. And I feel like right now maybe you're going through this lesson where you have to learn how you feel at this kind of behavioral pattern, and how you feel like at this behavioral pattern. Just, you know, the feeling you get from when you are like, just catch yourself on a thought whenever something happens to you. Just catch yourself on what you are thinking, like something bad happened in your opinion. Try to think, why do you even think that it's a bad thing? Do you think it's bigger than you or not? Just try doing it, and I feel like this is gonna really help you a lot, if you'll just be able to catch yourself when you try to, you know, dramatize things and yeah, dramatize whatever is happening to you. So I'll try to pull. So for you in order to be able to get into the position where you are in control and creating your own life, you will have to get rid of guilt, you know, blaming yourself. Here in this position, there is more of blaming yourself than others, I feel like. So it's the kind of state when you think that something is wrong with you all the time, and everything bad that happens to you is actually because something is wrong with you and you're not capable of doing anything. This is the kind of feeling I get. And you know, by thinking like this, you actually deprive yourself of life, of experiences that you can have. You see here that the child is standing behind the fence and looking into the world, and this is the kind of, you know, and this is the kind of behavior that actually deprives you from the experience, because you get yourself to the point where you are afraid to go outside in the real world and do things, because you feel like you will mess up anyway, and you will dramatize over your failures or like some mistakes that you make, and you will blame yourself to the point where you just you know, gonna crawl back to your, you know, place, and yeah, better I will stay here. So it feels like guilt is the thing to work for you guys, because once you dig deeper and try to understand why are you blaming yourself for little things, you know, would you blame another person for your mistake? You know, try to think the way, like when something happens, try to think, you know, if other person did this mistake, would I really blame him for this? Or would I say like, okay, it's fine, this is just, you know, a mistake, you are learning, next time you'll do better. Just try to catch yourself on how you treat yourself. I think this is extremely important over here, how you are, you know, treating yourself. And once you realize it, once you will see your inner dialogue where you are, because I feel like the person here is basically destroying her or himself for no reason, you know. um, so once you notice this inner dialogue, you will get from the, you know, this position of a child who is deprived of everything and just looking at this world and dreams to, you know, be a part of it. By the way, the lock here is open, so it is not your, you know, not some how to say, not the external situations. It's all in your head. This is something you can change just by changing your way of behavior. And like once you realize this inner dialogue, you'll become, you know, the creator, the master of your own destiny. Basically, you would be able to create whatever you want. So this is what I feel and what I get. Let me check this strategy, where it is actually bringing you. So I feel like this kind of behavior brought you in the hands of a devil, I would say. Metaphorically, of course. You have a potential to become an empress, not only for women, but like for men as well, to, you know, to be able to create a lot in this life without judging yourself. But here I feel like it's, you know, this kind of strategy could have brought you into the relationships that were codependent, and in situations where you became codependent emotionally and financially. So like when you are thinking of yourself, you know, badly, I would say, like when you assume worse of yourself, this is subconsciously bringing you to people who will not cherish you, who will not, you know, treat you the way you actually deserve. You know, it will lead you to situations where you are actually going to be out of control. And this is kind of a lesson from the universe, I would say. So you might have had some codependent relationships where you emotionally depended on the person, or maybe financially, and you felt it, but you felt like you can't change it. Like you were just want to be with this person, although you know this person is bad for you, and this relationships, like the mechanism of relationships is not good for you. So you may have felt it, but you felt also that you can't do anything about it. This has just happened to you, and the universe was kind of pushing you this way so that you would realize that it's enough, you know. Enough of me, enough. Like I can do better. I can be in more respectful relationships. I can, you know, make my own money, make my own, you know, emotional state. I can, you know, make my life myself, without being dependent on somebody else, you know. And you might have been also, it's not only relationships, it could be work related, where you were um, um, not respected enough, but like valued enough at your workplace. Um, and this was happening only because universe wanted to make you, you know, feel, you know, get you to the point where you will feel so bad that you will start doing something. That's the feeling I get. And once you realize it, you will have you will have, you know, more opportunities to create your life the way you want, because you will understand that if I've been in all these situations that were so unpleasant to me, that like literally brought me to, you know, the you know, the deepest part of the ocean where I was like destroyed, and I stood up for myself and changed my behavior, and actually started, you know, applying for jobs that worse, that I think that, you know, I'm worthy of those jobs, and started like to go after people in relationships and in friendship that actually, you know, will value me and will respect me and be my real friends and real lovers, that, you know, I deserve it, you know. And you will be the one who is going after those things, because you know now you deserve it after everything you've been through, like after realizing this behavioral pattern where you were like, you know, thinking and thinking worse of yourself and blaming yourself to the point where you realize, actually this is not my fault. So I feel like this is the message for you, guys. Here I want to also give you a healing story. What will be the, like, something that resourceful that will help you change this? Oh, it's moving. This pattern for you. Beautiful. So, as I said, when you will bring yourself to the, you know, the down point, into the mud, you will realize that actually everything that was happening you have done to yourself by yourself, just by blaming, you know, just by blaming yourself, just putting guilt on yourself. You will actually find out how gifted you are. This is the card. It usually you know, is going to this, you know, to the surface when people are realizing their own talents and potentials, and they worth more. As I said, you might have a very interesting and maybe extraordinary talents about yourself that you do not know right now, just because of this kind of guilt and thinking that you are not worthy. So this is the kind of also advice that your resources, like resourcefulness, is in looking at your best parts of yourself, something that you might feel you have talent in, and try pursue it, like as a hobby at least. And by doing this, you don't be discouraged if like you won't be able to do your best at at the first step you make. No, do not be discouraged. If you feel discouraged, just remember that you have a tendency to fall into this tragedy mood. Sorry. So don't be discouraged and just continue discovering your own talents, because something very beautiful is awaiting for you there. And I feel like, this is the card where we are releasing all our troubles and we are like troubleless. The life feels so light, and all the problems that we considered as problems are actually not. And we are looking at it and feeling like, oh my God, why did I think that all those things that I thought before matters? They doesn't matter at all. So this is the kind of feeling you're gonna get as soon as you realize this kind of pattern. And this is the part of your spiritual journey. This is the part of your spiritual freedom, I would say. So do not get discouraged, do not get upset and disappointed if this journey has been a bit harsh for you for now. So this reading is made for you just to realize that you might have this pattern for yourself, and try to change it, as I said. Because this is actually part of your spiritual journey and part of you being a part of the world and sharing your talents and being powerful and in control of your own destiny. It doesn't mean that some things that gonna happen with us is like we all those things we can control. Of course, there are some things that happen, some major things we cannot control, the coronavirus, for example. But we can control our attitude to it, and we can control how we benefit from some things, how we if I'm staying at home, I can use time for something else. Like if I got dismissed from the job, there is two strategies of behavior. Am I gonna sit right now and cry, or am I gonna stand up and look for myself what is best for me? Maybe there is some kind of dream you had before, and if not for the loss of this job, you would never go after it. So this is what I mean, and beautiful things are gonna wait for you if you just get a little bit less dramatic about the things that happen to you. And the last one, what I want to get for you, balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Yes, one way to achieve this balance is to stop judging yourself and stop judging other people. Once you stop judging other people, you'll surely stop judging and putting guilt on yourself, and you will understand how free you are just by doing it. This just feeling of complete freedom and power when you are not getting caught up in all this. I feel like it's like a tornado, like once you get inside of this guilt and judgment and blame, it's very hard to get out of it. So just don't get into this kind of thinking pattern. Just stand beside and watch that tornado. Just watch the tornado and analyze it. How can you balance it out? How can you balance out your world? How you can balance out your emotional state? So I feel like this is very important for you. So guys, this is everything I have for you so far, and I hope you enjoyed the reading, and see you next in my videos. Bye bye. Hello, my dear pile 2. I'm gonna start your reading now. Sorry for the blinks. Let's see. Fantasies. Okay, so look, it's even a little bit in the same color pattern, I would say. For me, it kind of resonates. Okay, so what I see for you guys is that I will put it here, maybe less blinks, you'll see it better. So for you guys, you enjoy spending time in your own fantasies about the world, about everything that surrounds you, about some situations. So you might catch yourself at, that during the day, you would fantasize about things that happened earlier, and you like fantasize that you acted differently, and then maybe, I feel like this is a lot about self-esteem, where you would like to prove other people your worth, and like in the situations where you couldn't do it, or with people that you would like them to consider you as, I don't know, talented, beautiful, smart. You might not do it in real life, you might not behave like this in real life, but afterwards you might spend some, I don't know how much time, but it feels like a lot of time thinking about how you would have been differently, how you acted differently, and everyone noticed how charming you are, beautiful, talented, and that you have achieved a lot in your life. So it feels like the main behavioral pattern that hinders you from success and moving forward is fantasizing a lot. And I'm not talking about the fantasies that are, when you're writing a fantasy book, for example, you come up with the characters, and it's a kind of creative fantasizing, very good for you. But this one is not good for you, because you kind of spend the time in an imaginary world, and things happen differently in the real world, and it feels like you, instead of changing something in the real world, you are keep being like your own hero in your own fantasy game, which is all going on in your mind. So like in the outside world, you might not get enough satisfaction from life, from yourself. You might not be content with yourself, and in your fantasy world you are. And but here I feel like you are capable of change this kind of thing, change this kind of pattern of behavior, if you like fantasizing about things, try turn them into your manifestations, for example, into your well, try first to analyze your fantasies. This will help. Think, okay, I'm fantasizing about these people seeing how smart I am, right? And you are fantasizing like about how you were at the party, and you made kind of joke that was everyone thought was very funny but also smart, and you've been like, discovery of the evening, and finally everyone sees who you are. Because I think here it's like a lot depends on other people, because there are lots of people in here, and just you've been dreaming about it, fantasizing, and just stop yourself at one point and think, okay, why is it important for me that those people consider me smart? Why I am even fantasizing about this thing? Like, there are much more interesting things in the real life than me trying to get attention from that people. Do I consider myself smart, first of all? Or if I consider myself smart, then I have a capability to change something in my life, so that my life will be so great that I will not have to get into this fantasy world. And this is a lot has to do with them, our self-esteem. That's what I wanted to say, but I said before. Our fantasies can work for us once we try to analyze them. If you're dreaming about a big house, it's a great thing to do, because you can also dream how you're entering this house, what kind of feelings you have, what kind of, design you have in your house. and who is there with you. Maybe you have a family or so on and so forth, and you're kind of feeling these emotions and you are manifesting this into the world. But if this dream is about impressing someone, ask yourself whether you actually want to impress those people. Why do you want to impress them? Why do you even spend time fantasizing about impressing someone? This is what I feel here for you guys. So, and even about the house, you know, you dreamt about it, you fantasize it, then you make a vision board, and you make an actual steps towards something. All fantasies are good to the point when they end and you start making steps towards it. If you fantasize about the house, great, like spend like 10-15 minutes, do like countdown like on your phone, and after that you're like, okay, I'm fantasizing about it, this means that I want to have it. Okay, how can I manage to do it? And like, do not be discouraged that it's a difficult thing to do. Just try to plan steps that can bring you to it at least a little bit, because I feel like when you spend time only in your fantasies, and you have the potential to actually make those fantasies come true, because if you have these fantasies 100% you can make them come true, and then you like come out of the fantasy, you feel very disappointed that your real world is not as in the fantasy, and but you feel more disappointed that you are not doing anything to make your real world better than the one that is in your fantasies. So if you would at least step outside of your like fantasy world and try make a little bit of action from the beginning, from the start, just like several steps just to make things better a little bit, you'll feel how your confidence is boosting because you are actually working towards something that you would want. And in some cases, you might even realize that I don't want to impress those people. I don't need to, prove them that I'm talented. I know I'm talented. If they don't know it, I'll just, go to the other place where I can connect with people whom I think are talented and who will think that I am talented too. So you may realize that some of your fantasies are just a waste of time and something that you don't even want to spend time in. But the other part of you will realize that some of your fantasies are really valuable and you can, profit from them. Make them your manifestations, make them your dream, make them your vision board, and like go towards them. What you have here? I think this is also actually kind of transformation time for you guys, and it feels like angels and the universe have been watching of you spending time in your fantasies or not doing anything for a very long time. I don't know, I feel like this is, you see here, if you see like the eyes are here, like seeing, okay, enjoy, spend time, but you can't stay there forever because universe has planned for you and you have to fulfill it, and your fantasies are gonna either help you fulfill it or bring you down, so it's for you to decide. And this is right now maybe a time for you to transform. This is kind of the angels and universe are calling you to action, to re-evaluate, to how to say, to change your behavior pattern so that you will feel yourself much better than you were before, and you would be able to transform yourself and your life. And by doing this, you will transform the lives of the people that are around you, and you might have an impact on the world that surrounds you. It feels like universe is like, hey, enough time in your fantasies, enough time. If you really love them so much, first think, if you think about the fantasy, as I said, do I really need this fantasy, or is it just like something really very unhealthy and I don't really need it in my life. If not, just throw it into, garbage bin. But first say thank you to it, thank you for giving me a valuable experience, and then, let go and throw it out. And for those fantasies that actually worthy of making them coming true, make an actual steps to make them come true. And angels and your spirit guides, they are gonna help you. Don't worry, they're gonna help you. So let's check what might be the reason. Okay, I see. So for you, this is a lot about teaching you how to exist in the real world. You see existence here. It's so beautiful. Like the girl is sitting on this leaf and just looking at the stars and the beautiful world. And she's super content with being herself in this world and just enjoying it, watching it, experiencing life, and being fulfilled from the inside just by existing. So angels are trying now to bring you into this state where you are existing in the real world and in the world of fantasies. Once you do it, once you feel content, okay, at one point, I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to be hard for you to accept this, because once you step out of the fantasy world, the real world sometimes can feel suck. And you just have to remember that you will feel suck. That's it. And you accept it. Okay, I feel suck right now, but I am not, how to say, I'm not a furniture. I'm not gonna just stand here and feel myself that I'm suck and the world sucks. Excuse me, my language. I'm not gonna stand. I'm gonna do something. And once you're gonna do something, you'll be very surprised of how many possibilities you actually have, and how many journeys you can make, how beautiful and exciting this world is. Like, look at this may include travelings around the world. It may include many beautiful sceneries that you could have never imagined in your fantasies. Like, the world of your fantasies, while it gives you freedom, and it can be it can feel like it is much bigger and broader than your real life, but you will be surprised when you step into the real world that there are things that you could have never imagined in your fantasies. Like, you haven't seen places that, once you see them, you will feel like not this world suck, but your fantasies actually sucked, and you will be so happy that you came out of it. And here people are celebrating. This is going to be a time when you're going to meet your friends, you're going to have fun, you're going to have like this joyful experience of just connecting to people in the real world, and we feeling equal. Everyone is being noticed, everyone is special, everyone is beautiful, everyone is smart, and you will not feel yourself worse or better than anyone else. You're just gonna enjoy yourself being as you are, with people who also enjoy themselves with being the way they are. You're just gonna dance and maybe drink, I don't know if you are into all those stuff, and connect to people in real life. Because here I also, this gives me the feeling that here, in this fantasy world, somebody is anyway better and somebody is worse, because they are all on different levels. They're lying on different levels, and this kind of gives me a feeling of like stratification, like social stratification, where somebody thinks he's more talented than the other person, and maybe this is you who is thinking that you are talented, more talented, and not appreciated, and here in your fantasy world you are appreciated. So this is gonna feel much better. And if people here, it feels like, because they're lying here, you know, doing nothing. It feels like, you know, and this is like a metaphor for your fantasy doing nothing for your real world. But once you're connecting and living in the real world, people become equal. When you perceive people equally, you find and connect with new people, maybe not with your old friends, but who was like thinking of you better and worse, but you are going to connect with people who also think that other people are the same, but just with different challenges in this life. And you will be dancing, you will be moving, you know, this is like a metaphor. Here you're lying and your fantasies are not serving you, and here in the real world you're actually experiences, you're feeling, you're standing, you're doing some movement. This works for you. And you know, they all are at one level. Nobody is higher or lower. And it's very hard because sometimes we find ourselves in situation when somebody wants to put us down, or vice versa, somebody wants to like uplift us. But once for ourselves we decide that we are all the same, you're gonna meet people who thinks the same way that you do, and you will enjoy life much more. So for you guys, it's time to move. What I feel. Okay, I also want to pull some healing story that's either gonna happen or maybe some advice for you. Oh, you will gain strength, the strength over not only yourself, but you know, your spirit guides and angels. They can't do anything when you are in this fantasy mode, you know, because they can help you when you are actually doing something, when you are making steps towards something. And you know, once you make steps, once you just look at the, you know, your journey, you know, here the girl, she's not moving yet, but she at least envisioning where she's gonna go. You know, once you step in, you will understand that there is like the whole company of your guides and of your angels. You will feel they're all standing behind you and they're cheering up like, yes, yes, finally go, now we can help you, because you are at least actually doing something. And you know, you will have, you'll hear it's a tiger helping you, but you will have a friend or somebody who you can rely on that's going to help you in this journey. And you will feel yourself so powerful that you actually did it, that you stepped out of this comfort zone of fantasies into the real world, that like once you're gonna do it, you will understand that there is no way back. It is also family maybe who can help you do this, because this is also a lot about close people that can support you in this journey. Okay, one more. I feel like one more. Okay, yes. So you might want to, you know, it's a very hard thing to accept that some of your fantasies are not working for you, because well, our psyche is always protecting us, and you know, something that is foreign to us is something that brings, you know, harm. But something that we are so used to is something that you know, is, we think that is good for us. Our psyche thinks that it's good for us. So at some point it may be very hard for you to accept that some of your fantasies are not working for you. And as I said, you have to thank you them. You have to, you know, maybe they helped you out at some point where you felt very bad about yourself and about life, and was a world that, you know, made you actually continue going. This could also very well happen to you. And you know, you have to thank those fantasies and things that they did for you in your worst days, like when you felt like crap. I'm sorry again, excuse my language. So you say thank you to them, and you accept that it's maybe no longer the best way for you to proceed. this so cute. They're hugging each other, like complete differences, the light and darkness, kind of putting themselves together, treating them with love, all those aspects of yourself that you may find out are not, really appealing. You have to love them, and once you get this, friendship between your dark and light sides of yourself, once you accept them, you will move forward smoothly and with strength and power. Yes, so this is the thing. And as I said, you see angels. Angels are protecting you. They're with you on this journey, and it's so beautiful. There is some, like here, there is angel, right? Is like, hey, come on, stand up, stop lying, stand up and do your thing. And and once you stand up and do your thing, they will hug you and help you on this journey. They will protect you. They want only good for you. So yes, this is a beautiful journey. I feel for you guys. Please consider changing this behavioral pattern in you, and it will bring you to really beautiful discoveries. And you may actually realize that some parts of yourself that you were not accepting in yourself and that made you go into this fantasy world are actually something that you have to make friends with and make them your benefits and extraordinary unique talents. So this is everything I have for you for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the reading and found it helpful, and see you in my next videos. Bye bye. Hello, my dear pile 3. Let's start your reading now and see what kind of patterns you have here. Okay. So, so this is about feeling and wanting to feel special. So whenever we want to feel ourselves special in some way, this often entails other people being beneath us. Always someone else has to sacrifice themselves in order for us to feel ourselves special. When we say that all people are equal, but I am special, this doesn't work this way. If we adopt an idea that we are all the same, we all have talents, we all have potential, we all have our strengths and weaknesses, and we are the same. We're just born in different places, in different bodies, men and women, different skin color, different maybe financial capabilities. Those external things, they are different. But we people, we are all the same, just having different external world around us. And this is something for you to realize. Often the wish to be special, to feel yourself special, is deeply connected to when in childhood we were not noticed, when our skills and talents were not really appreciated either by our family or our friends, and we did everything to be noticed and get some appreciation for it, but for some reason we didn't get it. And this kind of left an imprint on us, and we might have thought, okay, I'm special, that's why nobody else is getting me, or That's why somebody is not realizing how talented I am. I'm special and I'm gonna do it my way, and nobody else is, better than I am. Um, so this is the kind of inner feeling that a person has in this, you know, uh, state of mind. And the real thing that this person wants actually is just being noticed, as simple as it is. Um, this person would want love, would want like warm connections, would want someone tell them that there is something, interesting about them, that there is something really that they are doing is important, and their life is important. And you want other people to tell this to you, but this is already truth. You don't need other people to tell you this, and you don't need to feel yourself special in order to get all those things. You are already all those things. You are important. The work you do is important. The way you communicate with people is important. Somebody can have the best day of their life just because they met you and you smiled at them. Don't you think that this is important? I feel it is. And when we kind of deprive ourselves from other people just by thinking that we are better and more special than they are, we often get ourselves in a more lonely situation than it was before. Like a child who was not approved or was not noticed will, be rebellious and say, I don't need this. I don't need this attention. I don't need this love. I don't need this care. I know I'm special myself. So I'm just gonna do my thing, and I will not anyone go near me and try to convince me otherwise or anything. So this kind of thing makes him even more deprived of what he have wanted for himself. So once you you want love, but you walk in different direction. That's how the feeling I have. And then you might meet some people who would kind of want, like, because the universe always makes it very interesting. We have partners who either want us to make feel special, because they have their own, for example, this woman, she has, for example, sacrificing issues where she's sacrificing too much. And then you meet, like, if you want to feel special, you will meet a partner who will constantly want to sacrifice him or herself for you, and you will feel guilty because of that. You will be like, hey, go live your life, stop sacrificing everything for me. But at the same time, you wouldn't be able to let go of this person just because this person makes you feel so special. And this is a very fine line between, feeling yourself special and better than other people, and feeling yourself special the same as other people. Everyone is special. Nobody should be deprived of love. Nobody should be deprived of care, of attention, of approval of their work. So when you are in this condition where you feel like everyone is special, everyone is the same in their specialness, you are connecting with people and you're being together with them, and you get all those emotions and feelings that you will never be able to get when you think that you're the only one who is special and you are above other people, as this guy on his throne. And you might also meet partners who are vice versa, trying to put you down, and you will be like getting into this mood of specialness even more and more, because like just to it's very normal thing to do, because there is like this natural resilience, and like somebody is pushing you down and trying to prove you that you are not special and you are not better than anyone else, and you're like getting this resilience, and you know, no, I will be special anyway, I'm better than you, I'm like, you have no right to tell me this. And you will be in this connection when you will struggle and put each other like into, you know, how to say it, up and down, you know, until you will realize that okay, I'm not better than other people. What does it make me, how does it make me feel? Like, did my life just collapse? No, I am okay. Those people in the streets, they're also special, just because even they exist in these turbulent times where everyone like is, you know, passing away because of the coronavirus, and you know, just being alive is already special. You know, once you realize this, like all the people who like with whom you got into this dysfunctional relationships, they will just disappear from your life, and you know, you'll get with the partners whom you value and think that the partner is special, and the partner is gonna value you and think that you are special, you know. And for you, it's gonna be an amazing feeling that you know, you're not alone, because when you're one special, you are as lonely as hell. That's what I'm trying to get to you. So let me see here. Okay. This specialness is also making you feel stagnant. This is kind of feeling that I deserve more than this job, I deserve more than this apartment, I deserve more than this, you know, whatever it is, this partner. And but because you don't want even to consider this, and you know, okay, I deserve more than this, but I will anyway try, I will get this job and I will work it, at least it's going to be a move forward, you know, step forward. And once I'm at this job, maybe it will turn out actually a great job and lots of opportunities for me. But if not, I will still and I will still continue thinking that I deserve more. I will go and find another job, you know, and I'm gonna at least move, you know. But because when you are in this special mode, you feel like everything is not worthy of you, and this may be very unpleasant thing to realize about yourself. I totally get it. So you might feel very resilient even right now when I'm talking about it. But once you realize it, that this kind of behavior makes you stagnant and makes all the situations in your life like stuck, because you cannot try anything else just because you think you deserve more. And it's as I said, it's a great thing that you deserve more, but it's also a great thing when you get this opportunity and you think you deserve more and you do more, you know. You have to make this constant movement, not just lay down and think that you are special and you will wait for the perfect opportunity, and the opportunity might not come. You have to do something. So this is the feeling I get now. Why? Maybe. Let me see. As I said, you see here, here is the we are the world, and here isolation. You isolate yourself from the world, you know, just by feeling that you are better than somebody else, or by feeling that you are worse than somebody else, because it often works when you have like, when you think of yourself like all the bad things, you want to feel yourself, you know, special. And when you think yourself worse or better than other people, you automatically get isolated from them because you cannot cooperate with them. It's always painful for you, you know? It brings you a lot of pain when you are in this mode. But once you are like neutral, you know everyone is the same, that means nobody is worse or better, and nobody can hurt anyone, you know. um, so this is a lot about the harmony of mind and heart. um, Maybe there were some people who hurt you before, and this made you kind of, it was very hard for you to accept it. You might have been humiliated by other people, and bullied maybe for by other people, and this is very difficult things to overcome, honestly. And I'm totally with you. But during this time, you might have acquired this strategy. So when everyone was putting you to your lowest, just not to, there are people who get into the victim position, and um, it breaks them, and they think that they're weak and then cannot do anything. You are actually strong, and you did vice versa. You put yourself above those people and made yourself special just not to be in pain, if you understand it, if what I mean. Like, just to be above this pain, you made yourself special for yourself. And while it helped you to cope with that particular situation in your life, in your childhood, or maybe it was like recent situation, I don't know, while it helped you survive at that point, it's no longer working for you. It's when you're meeting normal people who don't want to hurt you or bring any pain, you kind of separate yourself from them. So this is what you might want to consider. Remember that pain. Oh, sorry for the noise. Remember that pain that cost you at that point that would cost to you by other people, and be like, okay, at that point I had to be like this. I accept it. I cherish myself. It's a very hard thing to go through, but I made it, and now I can let go and connect with other people. I want to get a healing story for you guys. I hope I didn't offend anyone, or I'm just trying to help, because it feels like this behavior, like there is no bad or good behaviors. They all are, either helping us or not. This one is not helping you right now, although it was helping you before. It deprives you from opportunities. It deprives you from communication with other people. It deprives you from being in this world and, enjoying this world. Because when you are in this specialty mode, you are not enjoying life. You're afraid of making mistakes because you are so special. You can't make mistakes. You can't, have bad behavior. You can't sometimes mess up. You just you get very critical of yourself, and you are afraid to make any step forward or anything like that. So it's kind of gets even a bit worse with time. So I want to pull some healing story for you guys here. Love is something, because here is the heart and your brain. Look at this world differently with love, and you'll be able to create beautiful things with love. Oh, the spiritual again journey. It was in the first, also in the first pile. Also a spiritual journey. I have very spiritual people on this platform. So what I feel here is that once you let go of this pattern, you will realize how much love this world has, and there is enough of this love for everyone. You don't need to be like better than others to receive this love. You don't have to be worthy, enough, or all these terms that are like right now used by everyone. You just have to be you, you know. Just be you, and this is enough um, for you to get all the love you need from the world, and vice versa. You are the one who can produce this love. The love lives inside you. You can give this love to the world. And once you give the love to the world, you'll understand that the world is replying you back, because the love is creating everything around us. When we love ourselves, what we do, we treat ourselves. We work on our skills, we work on our behavioral patterns, we work on our body because we love ourselves. We do that for ourselves. The same with the world. When we love the world, we take care of it, and the world loves us as well, and it wants to take care of you. But because you are separating yourself from everyone else, how will the world take care of you if you are like separate yourself from everything? It's impossible. So give a chance to the world to take care of you a bit and love you. And you have a potential to be a creator and creator of something beautiful. Maybe you actually have a profession where you can, when you architect, or you are a musician, or maybe you're just, IT programmer who can create some programs that will be very helpful for other people. And you can create all of those things once you let this love go through you, understanding that you have it inside and you can give it to the world. And the world will give it to you back. And with this feeling, you will understand people more. You will understand why those people hurt you, and you will understand there's no excuse, but you just know why they did it. And this is also because somebody hurt them, and it was just a chain of painful things, of painful people in a painful world, and once you understand it, you will know that you want to do more for this world. You will have all this resources, and you will be able to create something beautiful, because you will understand people more. You will understand how it works and how to be in it and feel love and not pain. And this is a spiritual journey for you, this unity with this world, because she is going like into the unity, like a spiral that is full of freedom and full of connecting not only to people that surrounds us, but to our higher self, to angels, to spirits, to everything that is actually existing in this world that we can't even see. So this is what I get for you, pile 3. Get out of this mode, please. Try to do so, because this is something that is not helping you anymore, and there is a much beautiful world that surrounds you, and once you step into it, things are gonna be great, honestly. So this is everything that I got for you for now. Hope you enjoyed the reading, and I hope to see you in my next videos. And take care, and bye bye.